Hey guys! Okay, it's finally time to get going on this wall. I use these boards to build this wall so that I can hang my cast iron. It's something I've done in the past in the last couple of houses I've had because I just really like the way it looks, and it gives me like a really sturdy area to hang cast iron because, as you know, cast iron is really heavy. I use my cast iron almost every single day when I cook, so I like having it where I can get to it easy and also display it because I think it's nice to look at. So these boards are kind of like a tongue and groove, but without the groove. So they have a tongue on each side and they just sort of fit right into each other to give it like a tight fit. I'm also using these I think they're like 3-inch screws. They're pretty long, but again, this is for cast iron, so I like to make sure that I'm sort of covering all the bases and making sure nothing falls off the wall. Because as we all know, cast iron is heavy. Alright, this is just me measuring out the boards. They were all pretty similar in size, but this is a very old house, so of course all of the walls are not completely straight, and they varied a little bit, so I did have to measure each one. I've had this saw forever, like a lot of years. I can't, probably at least maybe 10 years I've had this saw, I think. It still works great, so there's no need to replace it. I do plan on setting up a whole area in my garage for all of my tools and everything, so I plan to have a table saw at some point. I would love to have one of those. It's something I've always wanted. As you can see, some of these boards have some white on it. That's actually primer because these are all rehab boards. Basically, I'm reusing them. They were being used in a different project, and some of them got primed, but I figured I could use them here and just stain them all. You do end up seeing later on that the stain kind of goes on differently for these boards, which I expected. Like you can see right here, I'm starting to stain. This top board is plain, there's nothing on it, so it's just a raw board. But those white ones are the ones that have been primed. You can see how dark this stain is. I don't actually normally go this dark with stain. I usually like a dark walnut, but this is Kona, I think it's called. And I had it already, so I figured I would just use it. But you can see how much darker it is on the raw wood versus that wood that is primed. So I did go over it a couple of times. I did let it dry, and then I went over it again to darken it up and kind of make the color a little bit more even. I wasn't too focused on making it match exactly. It was just more of kind of bringing it together. I didn't want the contrast to be like a lot. I did want it to kind of match in darkness somewhat. Overall though, I really like this color. Alright, this is a little bit closer so you can see the difference between the raw wood and the wood that has been primed. The raw wood just takes it so much more. And this is actually a gel stain, and I do show you in a minute what kind it is, but it is a gel stain that I'm using. I actually really like gel stains. I don't use it for everything, but I just really I enjoy using a gel stain over a regular stain. Well, maybe the word enjoy is a little extreme. I actually hate staining because I don't like the smell. It actually makes me feel pretty sick. But I do it when I have to because sometimes you just want that look. So here you can see again how dark these bottom two are because they are the raw wood. So okay, here's the gel stain. Varathane Premium Gel Stain in Kona. That's the kind of guy. I got it at Walmart. Again, had it for a while and just didn't want to buy more stain, so I went ahead and used that. So here, what I'm doing, it's the next day. I am sanding these because for me, it's too dark, and yes, that was me saying that. I like dark, but this was too dark for what I was going for. And there's going to be black cast iron, obviously, on this wall. And I want to see the cast iron. So if the stain is too dark, you're not really going to see it all that much. Plus, I like stuff that's distressed. So I went ahead and did a lot of sanding on this. One thing I wasn't thrilled about was, as you can see, that very top one, it's got a brown look to it with the stain, and then you can see the other ones down farther are actually, it's a lighter look. It's more of like a cream look. I didn't like that. So as you can see, what I'm doing is using my Waverly Antique Wax. It's called Antique Wax. It's brown. And I'm just going over what I sanded, well, all of the boards really, and you can see right there where the difference is, and it just gives it, you know, a little bit more of a brown look. So here's the whole kitchen. We have the appliances in, which I'm thrilled about. I'm not normally a stainless steel person, but I was able to get these for a really good deal, so I went ahead and got them. All right, here's the wall. Can't wait to get my cast iron on it. All right, guys, that's it for this one. Follow for more.